everyone, welcome to my channel. In the previous video I explained about different types of visa that you can get in order to enter the UK country. And one of those visa types is skilled worker visa. As it's obvious from its name, in this visa a company sponsors you and you can get a visa with that sponsorship letter and come to the country with the skilled worker visa. In the skilled worker visa, actually the company that is sponsoring you should prove to the Home Office, which is the place that issues the visa for you. The company should prove to them that there is no one in UK, as UK citizen, that is capable to do your job. So in that case, it shows that the company and the country needs you, so they issue these sponsorship letters and you can enter the country with this type of visa. As it's obvious from its name, you need to have a very strong background, strong CV and resume in order to get this kind of sponsorship and consequently to get the visa. So in order to actually get the sponsorship, at the first place you need to find this job and you need to persuade recruiters and companies that you are eligible and you are capable of doing a fantastic job for a possible role, so they can accept that they can sponsor you. So at the first step is actually to find the proper company and to find a job and make them be a sponsor for you, so you can apply for a visa with their sponsorship. So I'm here to tell you what are the ways, the optimal ways to find this job and to find this sponsor and to persuade people that you are one of the people who is suitable for this job and they should sponsor you. Obviously, it's harder for companies to provide sponsorship rather than a UK citizen. For example, in the sponsorship procedure, the company should pay some extra costs, which is like there is more costs for the company. So it's optimal for the companies to avoid this kind of sponsorship. But it doesn't mean it's not possible. Me myself, I entered the UK with this sponsorship and I was living in Italy back then, so I was outside UK. But even in that case, I managed to find a sponsor, to find a job and enter the country with a skilled worker visa. So I'm not gonna say it's impossible because I'm on the same route and I obviously have done this and I see it's possible for a lot of people like me. So in order to find a job that is a very volunteering to do the sponsorship for you, you need to work hard. It's not easy to find a job even when you are living in your own country, let alone in the condition that a company is sponsoring you and paying you extra cost to bring you to the UK. So as you may know, the first step for finding a job is to prepare your CV. CV can be a very easy but a very important step to start your job hunting journey. So I absolutely recommend dedicating enough time on your CV to make it as best as possible, because it's the main step. You should know that whenever you you apply for a job and you send your CV, every recruiter, every manager, every company dedicates on average 10 seconds to review your CV. So it should be short enough, but at the same time it should be informative enough to deliver information about you, and it should be persuasive enough for them to keep in touch with you and invite you for an interview. This is the most important step that I always recommend to my friends as well, because if you lose in that step, you are not going to get the next steps, which is the interview, which is the second interview, and this kind of next procedures. The other thing is that definitely you should consider the platform that you are doing your application from. For example, the main and the very highly possible platform that can let you find the proper job is LinkedIn, and I always have found all of my opportunities in my life through LinkedIn platform, because it's an application, it's an academic environment. You can follow and connect to people that have your background, have similar interests as yours, and you can connect with universities, professors. You can connect with the companies, recruiters that do the headhunting for different roles in different companies. So it's an absolutely amazing platform that you can freely be there and show your talents, create posts and create your profile, and you can show people around the world what you can do and how you can bring value to their team and to their company. So it's one of the ones that I highly recommend. Make your profile in LinkedIn. Creating profile in LinkedIn can also be a bit tricky. You should put some stuff in there that is precise and like abstract enough, but also informative enough that make people view your profile and message you and get in contact with you. There are some other platforms for sure to find a job, to see the advertisement for different roles. For example, Glassdoor is very nice, and there is different companies that are making their advertisements through Glassdoor rather than LinkedIn. So it's like you should check them in parallel rather than choosing one over another one. And there are also other ones like Total Jobs is also one of the ones that you can search for a keyword, and you can search for a location, and you can turn on the notification so they can email you when there is a proper job that is aligned with your CV that you have uploaded there, or it's aligned with your background. And this kind of notification can help you find a job and be one of the first applicants, because sometimes like the faster you apply for a job, the sooner you get the job. So it's like it absolutely depends on your speed in some cases. And well, these are some general platforms that you can search for different roles in there. I'm one of those people who believe in connections. Actually, I don't believe that you can find a job by just applying in their website. You should reach out to the managers, to the recruiter, to the person who is hiring for that role, so you can get in touch with them. There are different ways. Usually in the job advertisements, they leave their contact information, their phone number or email address, so you can reach out, you can introduce yourself. There is nothing wrong with doing that. Obviously, you can reach out, introduce yourself personally and professionally, and you can let them have your CV, review it, and you can give them the opportunity to have a chance to let you know that you have an interview. You can get an interview, and you can let them know your availability to have an in person, or if you are in the UK, or an usually online interview with them. Obviously, interview steps are very complicated, so I'm gonna dedicate a separate video for what you should do, or what you shouldn't do and you shouldn't say in an interview in order to get to the next interview, if there is any, or in order to get the offer after the interview. So obviously, if you get to that step and you get in touch with someone, or if you apply for a position and they come back to you, they invite you to interview, and after you pass that interview, there is the possibility of having next interviews. Usually the first one is a technical interview, and the next one is a human resources, in which they ask you about your personality, about your hobbies, this kind of general personality questions. And after they are happy, if they are happy with you, they're gonna send you an offer in which they're gonna tell you their condition, and you can read it about the salary, about the location of the job, about the benefits that you can get from the company, about different policies of the company, and the job description. So obviously you can read it and you can go back to them with questions, or you can with some revisions if you are not happy with some clauses in your offer, and you can either accept the offer or reject the offer. So it's up to you at the end. So if you accept the offer, they're gonna send you a contract for a specific duration. It can be 1 year, it can be even a short term, like a couple of months, it can be 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. It's absolutely up to the role and up to the company. And your visa will be for the duration of your contract. For example, if you get a contract for a duration of 2 years, your skilled worker visa will be for a duration of 2 years. Obviously, the company can extend their sponsorship after it's finished. Before actually it's finished, but like after 2 years, they can extend their sponsorship, which will end for extension of your visa, so you can extend your skilled worker visa for up to the extension of the contract. And after 5 years of working, you can apply for a permanent residence in UK, which is called ILR. And after 1 year of those 5 years, you can apply for a citizenship passport for UK. So generally after 6 years, you are eligible for citizenship. So these are different information that I think you need to know about the skilled worker visa. The process will take time. So it's possible to apply for this visa if you are inside UK or you are outside UK. Both of them are possible. For example, in some scenarios, you are a graduate you have finished your studies in UK and you are a graduate, and then you find a job. So in that case, you are living inside UK and you are applying for a skilled worker visa. That's also a possibility. It's usually faster to get a response for visa when you are living outside UK rather than living inside UK. That's strange, I know, but that's how it is. But it's usually like depending on where you live and your condition, it can be different from like 4 weeks to 8 weeks. But there are different kind of tracks that you can choose when you are completing your application for visa. So you can pay more money technically to choose faster tracks, and you can get like your visa even in 1 week or 3 days with paying extra fast track fees. So it's a possibility like in worst case scenarios. And when the company accepts to be your sponsor, they send a sponsorship letter explaining your information, your details, and also your job description to the home office. So they are in contact with home office directly, and on the other hand, you are completing your information and you are letting them know that you are happy with this and you are applying for this visa, and you receive your visa. After you receive your skilled worker visa, you can enter the country with that visa and you can live here for a couple of years, and then you are eligible for permanent residency. I should let you know that it is possible to change your job while you are on a skilled worker visa. So you can change your job and your sponsorship transfers from one company to another company, so that's absolutely fine. For example, it's a possibility that you start your job here and you work for 1 year. You are 1 year on skilled worker visa for 1 year, and you are not happy with your job, or your job is not happy with you. So it's possible for you that to find another job and change your job, and in that case you should let them know that you are changing your job, and you usually have a specific notice period time to let them know, and then you are free to change your job. And in that case, the company usually withdraws the sponsorship, and the next company sponsors you again. And that the duration that you worked for the first company, it still counts as the years of your permanent residency. So you still have 1 year in there, and in the next company you are continuing that duration of permanent residency. So cumulatively, both of the jobs should have 5 years for you to be eligible to apply for permanent residency. That's all you should know about the skilled worker visa. Let me know if you have any questions, and if I have missed anything in the comment section, I will try to come back to you as soon as possible. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.